I have startling new information about this video that's been going around the internet. This is Officer Dana Elmore, and she uses excessive force in the unlawful arrest of 24-year-old Micah Washington. I've been in contact with Micah's attorney Leroy Maxwell from the Maxwell Tillman law firm, and I've received new information that you need to know. But first, let me show you the video in case you haven't seen it.
Stand up.
Trigger warning, police brutality.
Right there on the front of the car. Stay still.
I ain't doing shit, bro. I got gun right there. I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying what you saying. Oh, yeah, fuck. I'm not. Oh, my God.
Fuck up.
Okay. Down. Oh, my fuck. Oh, my God.
You want it again?
No, man.
Shut the fuck up. You was big and bad. Shut your bitch ass up. You want it again? Shut the fuck up. You was big and bad. Shut your bitch ass up.
Before I go over what he was charged with after all that, let me give you the 2 minutes that led up to that video. 24-year-old Micah Washington was changing his tire on the side of the road when Officer Dana Elmore approached him in her car. She began asking Micah what he was doing, and Micah informed her, "I'm changing my tire." She asked to see a driver's license. He asked, "Why do I got to give you my driver's license to change a tire?" She asked for more information, multiple times asked for his driver's license. He told her, "I don't need to give you my driver's license. I'm just changing my tire." And it was at that point that he pulled his cell phone out to begin recording the interaction. But he never got a chance to, because before he could even start recording, she tased him. Upon being tased, his phone fell to the ground, he fell to the ground and put his hands behind his back, and she cuffed him. After cuffing him, she put one foot on his back, standing on his back, and then made what appeared to be a call to another officer. At that point, Micah's brother started filming, and that's where the video picks up that you watched. Now, it's very important to note that Officer Dana Elmore did not know Micah's brother was filming. As you saw in the video, she put him on the hood, went to his pockets, and found a firearm. She didn't like that he was asking questions, and she began tasing him in the back, as you saw in the video. It's also very important to note that the only thing she pulled out of his pocket in that video was a firearm. So now, knowing that, look what they charged him with. Right here, drug trafficking. Officer Dana Elmore claimed that after pulling the firearm out, she pulled out 7 grams of fentanyl. They also charged him with possession of a firearm by a felon. They charged him with simple possession of marijuana, resisting arrest, and obstructing governmental operations. But guess what happened next? The video that Micah's brother filmed went viral on the internet. And it was only then that they found out there was a video of the arrest. And it was then that the state's attorney filed a motion to null pros the drug trafficking charge. Null pros means basically they're not going to press those charges. They're dropping the charges. Not the judge, the state's attorney. And let's read the motion, may we? It said the suspected narcotics were seized in connection with the arrest of the defendant. The video shows they were not. The suspected narcotics were field tested prior to the arrest. Wait a minute. If they seized them during the arrest, how'd they field test them prior to the arrest? Because that never happened. But then it says in the motion, further testing has since been conducted that failed to yield a positive result for fentanyl. You know what that means? I firmly believe that means they were planning on planting evidence to frame him for drug trafficking. That's my opinion on why they now can't yield a positive result. And because of that, he was under a $500,000 bond. But that has now been null prossed. Oh, and the ex-felon in possession of a firearm, he's not a felon. That's not even real. So that's also expected to be null prossed. If not null prossed, the judge will drop it anyway. The court's going to dismiss it. He's not a felon. Because of the trafficking charge being gone and the other stuff being null prossed, his consolidated bond now is only $5,000 instead of $500,000 that it was before. So to recap, Officer Dana Elmore harassed and brutalized 24-year-old Micah Washington simply for changing his tire while black. And I firmly believe they were going to plant evidence on him and charge him with drug trafficking. All charges against Micah Washington should be dropped. All. And Officer Dana Elmore, who's currently on administrative leave or paid vacation, should be charged with assault and battery and for lying. So here's the call to action. Email and call the district attorney. We want all charges against Micah Washington dropped, and we want charges against Dana Elmore brought up immediately.
Leroy Maxwell Jr., who is representing Washington, tells me he is planning to file a $20 million lawsuit on Washington's behalf. In a statement sent to me earlier, Maxwell said in part, quote, "We will not stop working until we clear Micah's name and hold all responsible parties accountable. In addition to abuse of force, we have evidence that false criminal charges were filed against Micah. As a result, we are filing a $20 million federal lawsuit against all responsible parties." Now, the charges Maxwell is talking about came after this video was taken of the encounter with the officer on Saturday, where she is seen tasing Washington multiple times while he is handcuffed and on the hood of the police cruiser. Washington was charged with obstructing governmental operations, resisting arrest, marijuana possession, fentanyl trafficking, and possession of a firearm as an ex-felon. As of today, we know the fentanyl trafficking charge has been thrown out, and Washington is back home with bruises from the taser. But Maxwell says this is an effort to get justice for his client, something community members in Reform also said is needed after this incident when we spoke to a group rallying outside City Hall earlier this week.
I saw a video, and there was injustice being done, and there's no way, even for the officer, the way she spoke to that young man, she degraded him. She degraded him, and for the city, I think the city should have done a more thorough internal investigation regarding this.
That officer has been placed on administrative leave, and the Alabama Bureau of Investigation is now looking into the incident. Maxwell says he expects the lawsuit to officially be filed in court within the next 30 days. Jarvis, Brittany, back to you.
I got a quick update on the story I shared with you yesterday out of Alabama about Micah Washington. His attorney texted me this morning and said the ex-felon charge just went away. Out of the blue, no motion, it just isn't there anymore. I need you to understand what is being said here. As I pointed out in my original video, they charged him with ex-felon in possession of a firearm. But he's not a felon. And in the state of Alabama, you're allowed to carry a firearm without a permit as long as you are not prohibited from doing so. He had a firearm on him, and he's allowed to have a firearm on him. But they charged him with ex-felon in possession of a firearm. But once I told the world he's not an ex-felon, it just disappeared. You see, the process is they are supposed to file a null pros motion to drop the charges against him. But they didn't. Why would they not? Because they don't want a paper trail that shows they blatantly charged him with something that he never should have been charged with. Because a paper trail would show that they couldn't even do the bare minimum of making sure he's not a felon before charging him as a felon. So in an effort to further cover up their bullshit, the motion just disappeared. This is how unserious our judicial system is. This is how unserious our policing system is. They charge and uncharged things at will. They charged him with drug trafficking. However, they never found drugs on him. They said they field tested and found fentanyl on him, but then later said that never happened. If you have not yet emailed the district attorney demanding that all charges against Micah Washington be dropped and that charges be brought up against Officer Dana Elmore, please do so now. They haven't been answering their phone because they've been getting a lot of phone calls. So you can try to call, but they probably won't answer. However, please email. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I'm just, trying to process everything. I'm doing fine at the most. So.
And so are you aware that this has gone national, this video?
Yes, man. I've been trying to actually just stay out of social media because, I don't like seeing the video. It just do something to me. I just can't watch it. Me personally. I can watch it, but with the sound on, no, I can't do it.
So take me back through what you remember. I mean, from what your attorney said, you were just simply out changing a tire near your home?
Yes, man. Like I was near my aunt's. I was going to pick up my little brother. 'Cause I always go get him like every other weekend or whatever. So, but I had a baby shower like the next day, so I told him I was gonna come get him. So when I finally made it down there, like Gordo area coming into a reform, my tire had a real bad blowout. So I was trying to call my aunt, but like I couldn't get in touch with her, so I tried to get the car closest I could to her. So once I got there, I parked and I walked to her house or whatever. I left the car, went and got some tools, told her that I needed a ride to go get a tire or whatever. So, and then me, my brother, and my co-defendant walked back to the car. So once we got back to the car, I was on the ground changing the tire when the police officer pulled up. So when she pulled up, she was basically like, what you guys doing? We told her we're changing the tire. She get out, she check out the tire or whatever. Then she she asked for our IDs. So me personally, I was like, if this not a traffic stop, so why you need an ID? So, but I still gave it to her trying to be in compliance. So I gave her my ID and I'm still asking the same question, like, what's the purpose of you needing IDs? So that's when she finally feel some type of way or whatever. So she told me to go stand on the back of the car, and I was like, I'm not being detained, so I don't have to do anything. So like, you know, so basically it's like so once I told her that or whatever, she said, well, now you are. She grabbed me. Like I put my hands up or whatever. So 'cause I was standing like between the back door and the driver door, and I was trying to grab my phone so I could turn my camera on and record her. So like once I finally got my camera on, then she tased me the first time. And she put her foot in my back on the ground.
So you fell down after being tased?
Yes, ma'am. I dropped my
Face
phone
down?
and stuff. Yes, ma'am. So she had me face down in the road first, like I put my hand behind my back so she could start tasing me or whatever. So once she finally gave me the handcuffs, she get me up off the ground. Well, before that, that's when I told my friend, like, go get my aunt. So he took off running, like once she first started tasing me, and my brother still was standing there. So my brother video started like once she got me off the ground into handcuffs. So when she get me onto the car or whatever, I let her know like I got a gun on me, like so it won't go any farther than it did. So
okay, so let's stop there. You had a legally carried gun.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So once she found the gun, so she made a comment, oh yeah. I was like, what's the problem? Like basically like asked her why you saying that. She like she didn't want me to talk at all, basically. So when I asked her that, that's when she tased me again. So now I'm like, I don't know what finna go on, like like that. But like
Are you pretty nervous at that point?
Yeah, I was nervous. Like I was really like not really just nervous for myself, but like I was scared for the people that I was with. Like I don't really be thinking about myself. Like I be worried about the people that I be around, and that's my little brother. Like he gotta watch this. Like you know, like that's what really just bothered me the most about the whole thing.
And how old's your brother?
How old? He's like 17.
17.
Yes.
So he was recording. Were you aware he was recording?
Like I ain't know he was recording until I like actually leaned on the car and I looked at her. And like when she put me in the back of the car, that's when his video kind of like shut off because she came and snatched him up and put him in the car like up by a bridge.
So most people have never been tased. Pretty painful.
Yeah, for real. Then it was raining outside. Like it was raining. It had a pretty good drizzle going on outside.
And so at what point did you find out they were charging you with trafficking fentanyl?
I didn't know I was getting charged with trafficking fentanyl until I actually went to court the next day because they wouldn't let me make no phone calls or nothing at all. When I first got to the jail, they just told them we gonna book them on no bond and don't put any charges on them until we come back and tell y'all what to actually put. But they was trying to say they was holding me on the theft of property to get me to the jail. But I never been arrested in Pickens County other than, well, I wasn't arrested then, but the only thing that ever happened to me in Pickens County was a speeding over 25 And I was stopped by a state trooper then. That was like 2021.
Gotcha. And so they had searched your pockets. As your attorney said, there was no baggies, there was no substance. So was this fentanyl charge just made up?
Yeah, it had to be, because I didn't have any drugs on me at all. The only thing I had in my pocket was my gun and my phone.
Gotcha. So where do you go from here?
Like, I really don't know. I just really want to I just want justice, honestly. Like, I want her to get what's really coming to her, like, on the legal side. Like, yeah.
So had you ever had any bad interactions with Reform or Pickens County? Any problems with law enforcement?
Like, that was my first time ever, because I'm actually from the Pickens County area. Like, I usually be down there a lot. Yes, ma'am. So,
Gotcha.
I never really had no bad blood that way.
At all? So, and how are you feeling mentally, physically?
I mean, like, but like, when I'm alone, like, I sit and think about it. Cause I mean, like, I try to act okay around the people I'm around, but like, at the same time, like, I'm really not just okay, for real, cause like, it really is traumatizing, for real. Like, I don't even know how to feel about the police no more, for real.
And so you didn't have any ill will towards police or anything?
No,
no
ma'am.
reason
I
to...
actually had like friends in law enforcement and stuff like that.
Has anyone apologized to you?
No, ma'am.
Do you think you deserve one?
Yeah, I think I do. I would love an apology.
So do you think this was racially motivated?
I think it was like just abuse of authority, if anything. But like, yeah, that could play a part too.
And so, you know, when people watch the video, oh, he should have complied, he should have done more to work with the police. Do you feel you pretty much did everything within your rights and everything?
Yes, ma'am, because I was still kind of like, I was still respectful, like, through the whole video, other than being tased. Like, I was still yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, all that, like.
And when you watch it back and hear her voice, that's a lot of something that people have really zeroed in on, to say that it sounded like she was enjoying what she was doing to you.
Yeah, that would just seemed like to me, like she was getting a thrill out of it. Because like when she got me into the back of the police car and my brother video went out, she was like, she was basically like, yeah, your bitch ass ain't so tough now. Like she was like, we gonna enjoy watching this video. Yeah, like she said, we're gonna enjoy going back watching this video.
From what you could tell, did she have a body cam on? Was there a dash cam or anything?
Oh no, when I got into her car, it wasn't nothing plugged up. Like it wasn't even a computer in there, camera, nothing. Like it was just wires. And I don't really think she had a badge cam on either.
Now your attorney said that he has, since this has happened, heard from other people saying they had a bad incident with this particular officer. Are you hearing anything like that in the community?
I done heard like of a couple incidents like where they had a guy dead in the back seat after he's been tased in the heart, like things like that. But like, yeah, they said like she had a couple complaints, like to move departments a couple times.
So when you think back on it, you know, do you realize this could have escalated even further?
Yeah, I think like if it really wasn't a phone out there, I think it would have went farther. I feel like it could have went farther. Like my main concern was her like doing something to my brother when she had me detained.
So at what point did she realize he was recording?
I don't think she ever knew.
At all?
Yeah, I don't think she ever knew he was recording.
So you've got to go, you live in the area. Are you worried of any repercussions?
Not really, cause I stay up in Tuscaloosa area. Like my brother, like my aunt, them like really for that. Like I'm really worried about him, honestly. Yeah.
So you're gonna stay out of the area?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So if there wasn't a video, do you think you would still be sitting in jail?
Yeah, I think I still have a $500,000 bond. Cause that's just Pickens County.
So when you walked in the court, that's when you first heard you had the charge and the $500,000 bond?
Yes, man. That's when I first heard all my charges. Like I never knew what I was finna get booked for when I went to jail. Like I had no charges at all. It just said it was blank with no bond.
And so you've never been a drug dealer. There'd be no reason for them to suspect any of this.
No,
You're a
ma'am.
good kid.
Yes, ma'am. Like, overall.
Like any other 20-year-old, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, again, kind of big picture. I mean, a lot of people are going to watch this and just like, especially a person of color, be afraid of police. What do we need to do to make this right in this country and quit having these incidents? It's like every week now.
I think we need to hold the people like up higher, more accountable. Like, so they were like, you know, I feel like we should hold them more accountable for their actions. Cause they, like, I just seen like a lot of incidents where like the cop just get leave with pay, like, or like maybe they may settle the, you know, settle the lawsuit, but the officer never get anything done to them. Like, they free at home to do whatever they want to do.
So does this officer need to be fired?
Yes, I feel she needs to be fired.
And do you think it's an individual type problem, or is this like countywide?
I feel like it's countywide because, you know, like, yeah, I think, yeah, they work together. Yeah, it's it's countywide because, like, you know, they haven't even spoke on the situation yet at all.
Did you happen to see the coverage yesterday also about the football player?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I saw a little bit of it. Yes, ma'am.
You've seen that as well. So that was the same county, the same jail.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Were you treated okay once you were in jail?
Yes, ma'am. It was okay. Like, only thing, like, basically, like, it was just hard for me to get a call home, like, let my mom know I was okay.
And so kind of, again, when you play this back in your mind, are you kind of even more afraid that this could have ended differently?
Yeah, like, for real, like, that video really traumatizing, for real. Like, I can't watch that video. Like, I don't even like to really think about it, honestly. Like, all the Facebook posts and stuff. Like, I try to stay off social media.
Mm-hmm. Was there anything else you want to add? I mean, what would you say to this officer if she was here?
I don't think I'd say anything. So I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be around it at all, honestly.
Mm-hmm. But again, do you think you're going to look at police differently now if you ever have another encounter?
Yeah, like, I don't see, like, me personally, like, I always been the type of person, like, don't stop until I feel safe. Like, and I'm actually be real big on that now. Like, I feel like they should actually pass a law to where people shouldn't have to stop for the police until they actually feel safe enough to, like, stop and let them do their job.
Getting to like a public place?
Yes, ma'am.
Things
And
like
around
that.
people.
Gotcha. So again, anything else you want to add?
No, ma'am.
Not at all. Are you getting a lot of support from friends and family?
Yes, ma'am. Like, they try to keep my head strong.
Okay. And what do you hope to come of this lawsuit?
I just hope to get, like, justice for me, not just for me, for, like, the other families that had to go through things, and then, like, they start doing things more differently, honestly, in that area.
And so again, if there wasn't this videotape, what do you think situation you'd be in right now?
I'd be facing probably federal charges right now, for real. The trafficking and all that.
So do you think they just manufactured some evidence, or how did they come up with this fentanyl?
I really don't know where the fentanyl came from.
Because in the video you can see you're searched and there's nothing there.
Yes, ma'am. And she said she grabbed a 7-gram baggie out of my pocket, and I never had any drugs on me at all.
Gotcha. All right, well, thank you.
I was
again for
heartbroken to see a young man like that, especially when he started crying. When you heard that, I think it broke everyone's heart to see the disbelief, the pain, the torture that he was enduring, to see how the officer seemed like she was enjoying it.
Washington and his attorney say that officer should be fired.
Cynthia, though, what is next with the criminal charges that are still against Washington?
Attorney Maxwell says the 3 remaining charges should all be dropped. This was not a legal arrest. There was no resisting arrest. He is also pushing to have that officer charged with assault and does plan to file a civil lawsuit.